Halfway on your block. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl. And we're gonna start it off this morning. Excuse me, with a little of we have Tarico Fernando in the background. We're gonna allow a few people to get in here as the music plays, and we're gonna go into chapter 2, analyze. Thank you for stopping by. Hello, everyone. The music in the background is Tarico Fernando, a new content creator. Tarico Fernando. Check him out, guys. Give me another second to get everything together while I play his music. But this is Ezriyah S.Scott. Meet me halfway on your block. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl. Okay? A couple more seconds, everyone. Now, welcome back, everyone. This is Ezra Scott, and we halfway on your block. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl. Now, like I said, the music in the background that I will be playing throughout this session is Tarico Fernando. He is a new content creator and is hot on the spot. So if you like what you hear, hit that like. If you like what you see, hit that subscribe. Because it's right here, and you know you're feeling the vibe. Now, today we're going to open up chapter 2 when it comes to the beginning stages of healing. We're in chapter 2, and chapter 2 is called Analyze. And what we're doing, we're going to hop right into it, is what Analyze does, it is enables you to be mindful. We want to stay mindful, be in a positive mind state with our thoughts, our actions, our beliefs, our vocabulary to keep us self-aware. Remember that? Now, the vital skill for successful healing is analyze. And that is one of the things that we're going to work on today, you guys. We're going to work on analyzing. And it enables you to be positive, right? At all times. Mindful, thoughts, action, beliefs, vocabulary, and our awareness. Now, with that being said, we all know that being mindful is putting yourself in a mindset, correct? Now, mindset, to break it down in layman terms, will be to be in a state of now. The world that is created now is your mindset. So, what we're going to do when we analyze our healing process is our thoughts. Our thoughts come from experiences. You experience something and then you think about it, right? Right. So, we begin to believe what we experience. When we believe what we experience, we begin to act on our experiences. Our actions come from how we think and what we experience. With that being said, all this that coincides is our vocabulary. The way that you speak when you're in a state of mindful thoughts brings your vocabulary, your value, your self awareness, your actions, and everything that you're focusing on more positive. So, to dive right into chapter 2 of the process of healing, because we do want to heal. Everybody wants to heal from things from the past, things of a loss of a loved one, the pain of feeling guilt, the aggression, sexual abuse, abandonment, childhood trauma. We all want to heal from that. And in order for us to do that, we must begin to analyze. Now, this is step 2. Okay? This is step 2. Analyze. Now, when we get to analyze, we are going to learn. When we analyze, we learn. We begin to study. And we also begin to examine. If you want to know what we are analyzing, we're analyzing self, nobody else. We're not analyzing the people that hurt us. We're not analyzing the people that talk bad to us. We're not analyzing our children, our friends, our loved ones. We're analyzing ourselves because we're doing self-healing to better ourselves so that we can live in a productive environment and be happy and prosperous, right? So the things that we're going to do is just analyze ourselves. When we learn our triggers. Everybody has triggers. Triggers are the things that make us feel a certain way. The reason why we feel a certain way is because of our past experiences, okay? So let's keep that in mind that a lot of times our thoughts come from experiences and our trigger come from experiences. We're only triggered by things that we have experienced in the past that affects us. So when we get to learn our triggers, then we get to study. And also we study ourselves, okay? We begin to examine also. When we examine the root cause of our trigger. When we get to study, we study the root cause of our triggers. Okay? Now, when we break this down into groups, when we analyze ourselves, we always create a safe space. A safe space is an area where there is a no judgment zone. So we're not judging ourselves, okay? This is a no judgment zone. That means when we come to this zone in our head and with ourselves, and we come to realize what is going on and what we need to do, we don't beat ourselves up and say, oh man, I should have, oh, I could have. We're not doing that. What we're saying is what I am going to do now, what I am looking forward to. We're looking towards the future, okay? We're looking to make things better. So we're leaving ourselves in a no judgment zone. No matter who is placing you on this pedestal to where they're saying, oh, you're acting funny. Oh, you seem a little different. That's okay because they're not in the same zone as you. You are in that zone because you were trying to heal yourself. And when you're trying to heal yourself, you learn your triggers. You're learning what triggers you. Okay? There's a million things that trigger you, and you need to learn that about yourself. What are my triggers? And with that, it comes the how and why. How does this trigger me? Why does this trigger me? When we get to do that with ourselves, we break down the value of things, okay? Value. What value does this trigger add to my life? What positive things does that add? If you don't add any, there is none to talk about. There is none to be a part of, okay? That's when you eliminate the trash. That's what we're doing in our life right now. On part 2, when we analyze ourselves, we're eliminating what is trash and what should I keep, okay? Right now, we are hoarded with a lot of different feelings: depression, anger, guilt. I can go on and on with everything that we're feeling right now, right? And the reason why we're feeling it is because we are unhealed. And in order for us to retrain our thoughts, what we need to do is start to analyze ourselves. And when we begin to analyze ourselves, we begin to learn ourselves. We're learning everything about you. Get to what you thought you knew about yourself is the past. Now the new you, the better you is another person. So the same things that used to trigger you in the past are not going to trigger you now. And you're learning about that because you're saying, does this what triggers me? Is that going to add value to my life or take away value? All we're doing is adding value to our life. Everything that we say, everything that we do is adding value. We're learning our triggers. We're studying our triggers. We're examining our triggers to figure out how does this add value to my life? Why does this take away value from my life? Then you will become to realize that there's a lot of things in life that we do not need to let trigger us. There aren't really triggers. We're triggering ourselves from our past experiences. Now, is 3 years ago the same as today? No, not necessarily. But somebody can say something that was said 3 years ago that triggered something 3 years ago that would trigger you today. So now you're trying to learn, how does that add value to myself? How is this triggering me? Why would this add value to myself? Why is this triggering me? Okay. When we get to analyze and we break down and we focus in ourselves, then we get to realize that there are a lot of things that doesn't have nothing to do with us at all. But we are placing it on ourselves. So that's when we get to study. That's where study come into play. Because when you get to study yourself and only yourself, that's when you begin to add value to yourself. Okay? When you get to examine the root cause, and the root cause isn't you, you study that, you learn that, you let that trigger go. Because what used to be the old triggers for the old you is not the new triggers for the new you. That's why we're learning what triggers us. We're studying it to see, how does it add value to our life? Why does this take away, or why does this give value to my life? Okay? As we are doing this, we are staying in a no judgment zone. That's what we are putting ourselves in, a no judgment zone, because we are talking to ourselves to make ourselves better. We're not bashing ourselves, we're not putting ourselves down. We are adding value. Now, well, like I said before, this is a vital skill for successful healing. If you want to heal, if you need to heal, using these skills that I am presenting here today will help you move forward, help you break that chain, and help you actually heal, so you don't cry, you won't be depressed, you won't be angry, you won't have resentment. You want to get over the things that haunt you and try to tear you apart. You breaking them chains. So build yourself up to add, like I said, value. That's what we're adding to our life. That's what we're adding to our vocabulary. That's what we're adding to our thoughts, is value, self value. And it's all positive self value that we are placing into our lives, because we are doing another thing, is adding strength. We're not weak anymore. Okay? The old us may have been weak, but we are strengthening to make ourselves very strong. Strong in the mind, strong in the finances, strong in the emotional, strong in everything that we say and we do. We are strengthening ourselves to be stronger, because we are adding positive value to ourselves, correct? Now, along the way, there are things that come in our path, and they're called challenges. Now, in the past, when we were unhealed, when we were going through things that had to do with being unhealed, being unhappy, being guilty, being unsuccessful in finances, in friendships, and relationships, we had challenges along the way. Them challenges were to challenge you to see what type of value you have for your life, to stay strong. Okay? The new you is doing this, doing nothing but adding positive value to our life, because the challenges now moving forward, we challenge ourselves. There aren't any specific challenges that are unsuccessful when it comes to healing, because you are setting up your own challenges so that you can be stronger, so you could be wiser, so you can have that strength, so you can have that money that you want, so you can have that relationship and friendship that you want, so that you can be healed and you can be happy. You can say, I'm over it. Okay? And that's part of the process of us going through what we go through when we analyze ourselves. We always say in a no judgment zone, because we are being positive with ourselves. What we do is we work on our vocabulary. Okay? We take out the words that are against us. We take out the word no. We take out the word can't. We take out the word am not, will not. We turn those to can, will, am, going to. Okay? You speak things into existence, which is called manifestation. When you manifest something, that means you talk about it enough for it to happen. Who wants to win the lottery? Most people. In that same sense, they talk about it. They think about it. When you begin to talk about it and think about it, you begin to believe it. So your vocabulary be giving you thoughts all the time. Your thoughts be giving you vocabulary. They work both working hand in hand. Your thoughts and your vocabulary become the manifestation of the things you want. If you talk bad things shall happen. If you talk good things, nothing but good things will happen because we are working on a better us. Okay. So with that being said, we're changing our vocabulary to words that we will manifest things, good things to happen. Our thoughts will be thinking at all times positive things, positive things, nonstop. Yes, the enemy is against you, which is your mind. You have to break free and tell your mind, no, I'm taking over now, and we can, we will, we am, and we're going. Okay? That's with the thoughts. Now, with the thoughts become belief. Like we said before, your beliefs are from your past experiences, right? The only reason why you can believe something is because of your experience. You don't just make this up. You have been through something long enough to know that this is what you believe. But when you start changing your thoughts, you start changing your belief because your vocabulary coincides with everything that you're thinking and you are doing. I promise you that, okay? Your belief turns into actions. When you believe something, you act on it. That's why it's called action, because you begin to do things that you believe because of what you thought. You talk about it. That's your vocabulary. You manifested it. Positive thinking, positive talking. This goes hand in hand each and every day of your process of analyzing yourself. We're not analyzing who hurt us. We're not analyzing the cat, the dog, the neighbor, the best friend, our ex. No, we're analyzing self. And when we do that, we talk positive about ourselves because we are in a creative space for understanding. We are in a creative space, not only for understanding, but for us to have a no judgment zone. We do not judge ourselves, not at all. We analyze. When we begin to analyze, we learn. Not only do we learn a new self, we learn our triggers. What were our triggers? Why are they triggers? How does this add value to our life? If the trigger does not add value to your life, do you consider it a trigger? Okay? When we are learning ourselves, we study. We are studying the new us. We're not studying our ex. We're not studying our kids. We're not studying the neighbor. We are studying self and only self. Okay. When we begin to examine ourselves, we're also analyzing. So, analyze and examine is the exact same thing. It is breaking down everything that you are learning and everything that you are studying. And we're analyzing self. So, with that being said, we're learning a new vocabulary. The can, the will. You know how people say, I've never done this. Hey, now you can be the person that say, I've done this. I do this every spring. I am going to be the type of person. I am going to be the type of person I am going. Okay? You see how your vocabulary changes? It also puts you in a positive state of mind because you are manifesting positive things. Okay? With that being said, everything that we think, we believe. You think it, you believe it. When you believe something, you act on it. You turn it into your actions. You must remember being in that safe space. You want to act and think safe constantly, okay? Always, 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 always. I do know that there are ups and downs in life, but when it comes to your life, it's time for you to take control. Remember that when we put ourselves in a mindset, who remembers what mindset is? It's the creative world. It's the world that you create. That mindset is the world that you create. When people say you must be out of your mind, that means you are out of the world that they have created. So what you do from here on out is you put yourself in a mind state of action because you think about it. You thought about it long enough that you believed it, right? See how all of this works hand in hand, you guys? If you think about it, you're going to believe it, and it has to be positive. I believe that I am going to heal. I think about healing all the time because I don't think about the bad stuff that's happened. I'm thinking about healing from that bad stuff. So in chapter 2, the part of healing is self. We sat back and cried about the people that hurt us, cried about the people that left us, cried about the people that are no longer with us. When are you going to be happy about yourself being here in this world that you create of your actions and your thoughts because you believe it? You have to start now. The longer you wait, the longer it's going to take you to heal. Okay? When we are analyzing ourselves, we always create a safe space for the no judgment zone. We need to identify, identify. We need to identify some most important things that's a part of this process of healing. Okay? There's three major things that we're going to focus on. First is value. How does this add value to my life? We're not subtracting value, we're adding value. When we begin to add value to our life, we begin to be more positive. More positive things happen. We speak more positive. We are a happier person. And it's not fake happy. It's not that there's a frown behind this smile. No, you are smiling because you feel good from the inside out. Because you are identifying, you are analyzing, and you are knowing for a fact that what is going on is adding value to your life. Okay? Another important thing that happens in our life that we need to focus on is the challenges. The challenges. Is this a challenge that was presented for me to overcome, or did I create this challenge? Identifying the difference between the two will help you be happier and will help you heal. There are challenges in our life that are things that we cannot control. That's understandable. That's why we put our mindset in a state of mind to see what type of value does this challenge add to my life. All right. Another part of this identifying when it comes to analyzing is we need to focus in on our strengths, not our weaknesses. Have you ever went to a job interview and they ask you, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? My weaknesses is knowing that I could be stronger than my weakest link. And my weakest link is on my bad day. When you are having a bad day, that is your weakest link, you on your bad day. If you can conquer your bad day, that is the most strengthening part of that. You made it through that bad time. That should make you stronger, not weaker. We think the opposite because the way we have been trained in society. When something breaks you down, you do not break down. You strengthen to build back up, just like an immune system. When your immune system is being attacked, what do? It comes together and fights. Fight, fight, fight. Strength, strength, strength. This is when you have your warriors. This is when you have your team. Your team is you, yourself, me, myself, and I. Okay? This is my team. Because you'll have people that come, oh, I don't have a husband. Oh, I don't have a best friend. Oh, I don't have nobody to talk to. Me, myself, and I is who I talk to. Me, myself, and I is who I wake up with. Me, myself, and I is who I go to sleep with. So no matter if I have kids, husband, best friend, mom, dad, cousin, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's you, and you. Okay? And don't you ever forget that, because you have to work on you, constantly. Your team is me, myself, and I. Together, your team works together as one got their shield up, because they know they need to shield and block anything that's coming negative. You have your warrior there ready to shoot its darts, okay? Shoot its darts at anything negative to tear it down. We have you that's helping build your strength, okay? So to identify, the part to identify in analyzing yourself is what adds. We need to add value. Everything from here on out add value, okay? Everything. Conversation. If the conversation don't add value to you, don't have it. Okay? If the person you associating with don't add value to you, don't associate. Okay? The part that we have all lost control of is loss. Oh, I lost somebody. Oh, I lost this. Oh, I lost things that we thought we had lost. Really, on the up and up, we gained even more. So when you had lost your ex-boyfriend when he passed away, you gained a husband and you didn't even know it. You may have lost your mom, but you gained your self-identity back because a lot of us live through our parents. Okay, we have to pick ourselves up with our team. Our team is called me, myself, and I. That is your real team. Find that team to find your strength, because you're going to battle challenges with your team and see and only add value. If you're not adding value, there is nothing else to be doing within analyzing yourself and identifying. We're adding nothing but value. We're not doing anything that subtract value. If that person subtract value to your character, subtract them out your life, because then you would gain a better character. Anything that's a challenge that presents itself is not something to break you down. It's something for you to overcome, to say, I accomplished that, to move on to the challenge that you present to yourself. I'll tell you about a challenge that I presented myself with. I told myself I could either keep working 9 to 5, working overtime, working nights, or I can present myself with the idea of creating my own business. I have 2 businesses right now that are very successful. One is for 7 years, one is for 5 years. The point that I'm trying to make is I created my own challenges. Now, I don't have a boss challenging me. I don't have coworkers challenging me. I challenge myself every day that I get up and I create things that's going to be profitable to my job and for me to keep doing what it is as a entrepreneur. Okay, my strengths, my team, me, myself, and I pulled ourselves together and say, quit filling out applications. Go fill out documentations to get your LLC. Fill out your documentations to get XYZ. That's what me, I had to pull myself together and not pout about these applications, not pout about these jobs that keep firing me whenever they want to let me go. And all of these long, drawn out interviews. I challenged myself to strengthen myself to become an entrepreneur and own my own business. And that's things that we have to do. And when we do that, we become into a realm of self-aware. You know how they say be aware of your surroundings? Okay, while we're being aware of our surroundings, when are we going to be aware of ourselves? When? When do you start being aware of yourself? Self awareness is the key to you having to identify the things that are wrong in your life, things that you want to get better in your life. When you are self aware, you identify the value, you identify your challenges, you identify your strengths, because this is vital skills for successful healing. We must always focus on the why and how. Why does this add value? How does this add value? Why? Why? If it doesn't add value, it's more than likely something that shouldn't be happening and you should not be focusing in on. Okay. I appreciate everyone who is with me here today. This is Ezriyah S.'s meeting halfway on your block. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl. And what we are doing is diving into chapter 2, the beginning stages of healing. And that is self aware when we come to analyze. We're analyzing ourselves, not the people that hurt us, not the neighbor, not our friends, not our loved one. It's self. We're doing self awareness when we analyze ourselves. We are creating a space for understanding and a no judgment zone. Okay? No judgment zone. Now, when we analyze ourselves, it allows us to slow down and look within. That's what we want to do. We want to slow down. There's so much stuff going on so fast, right? We want to slow down. We have to look within. We have to look within ourselves. This when it comes to thinking, okay? Our thoughts. Our thinking and our thoughts come from where, everybody? Experiences, okay? We change our thoughts to thinking from our old experiences to our new experiences. You create experiences, okay? You can create experiences by just thinking about them, because when you think about them, you start believing them, okay? Let's never forget that when we think, what we thought about our experience, they become our beliefs. We act on our belief and it turns to actions, okay? When we act on something that we believe, that's because we was thinking about it. All of that go to hand in hand, because we must change the way that we think to being positive at all times. We have negative against us at all time. We have negative that presents itself to us at all time. But that's why we analyze and see this trigger that's happening right now. Is this really adding value to my life? Because you can get yourself sucked back into what hurt you, what caused you pain, what caused you depression, what put you in the bed crying day after day drinking. You could put yourself back there because your team, remember who your team is? Your team is me, myself, and I. When you are doing healing, you do not heal the whole family. You do not heal the cat, the neighbor, your best friend, your ex. None of that. You heal yourself. You work on self awareness. Okay. This is the vital skill for successful healing. Now, when we do this, there are a lot of things that's going to go through our mind, but I need for people to remember that the fear of being or having mistakes, throw that out the door, because your mistake was you was unhealed. If we made any mistakes in our life, it's allowing ourselves to be hurt, to be depressed, to be in pain, to be used and abused. That was our mistake. Moving forward and analyzing ourselves and healing ourselves is not a mistake, everybody, okay? When we analyze ourselves, we are putting ourselves out of error. There is no more errors. Because when you analyze yourself, you checking yourself. You are checking yourself, okay? You're going to find your error before anybody else do, and you're going to fix it because you want to keep yourself on that pedestal. Like, shoot, I'm healing, I'm feeling good, everything going right, everything looking good, everything feeling good. So what you're going to do is you're going to analyze self, so there is no errors. You're going to catch your own errors. The mistake, as I said before, was allowing ourselves to be hurt, and a lot of the time it wasn't your fault. I want to let you know that right up front. The mistakes that we made before healing, was not our mistakes. It wasn't our fault. Other people who hurt us, it wasn't our fault that they hurt us. It wasn't our fault that they did what they did to mess with our mental. So now we have to be healed mentally. Okay? That's why we're analyzing ourselves, to check ourselves for any errors. Are there any errors in what I'm doing and what I'm saying? Okay? Also, what we want to do is, we don't want to fail, right? We don't want to fail. And guess how you don't fail? Take a huge guess on how you don't. From here on out, how do we not fail? We start to analyze ourselves. Okay? Step one was realize. If you haven't watched my videos yet, go ahead and check out step one. Chapter one, part A is analyze. Chapter two, part A is realize. I'm sorry. Part one is realize. Part two is analyze. Okay? So passing up past one, going through stage one, you're going to automatically click to stage two because you're focusing on yourself. You realizing stuff about yourself. You analyzing stuff about self. You ain't worried about what they got to say. You ain't got to worry about what kind of time they on, what they doing, what they saying. Because the better you has a bigger surprise that anybody else can offer you. Believe that, okay? We're working on ourselves. We're putting ourselves in a mindset so that we can move forward. We want to move forward. Everything that happened in the past, unfortunately, is in the past, but we can retrain our brain so that we can heal and we can think and feel differently about how we want to move forward, because we want to heal. Okay? We want to heal. We need to heal. We have to heal in order for our finances to get better, our relationships to get better, and for us to just have a happier life altogether. That's exactly what we want. When we create a space for understanding, more than likely we're talking to me, myself, and I. You don't need nobody else to understand. You don't want nobody to understand, because they're not going to understand. People people do not want you to get healed because they're unhealed. But once you get healed, or you're starting to heal yourself and you're going through the healing process, you will start to eliminate anything and everything that will make you sick, that will make you hurt, make you cry, make you depressed, make you feel guilty, make you feel like you're losing it, make you want to shut it. No one should make you want to shut yourself out for being the best you. If anything, they should be helping build you up. And who's going to help build you up? Me, myself, and I. Those are the three people that's going to heal you. Those are the three people that's going to walk through this with you, step by step. You, yourself, and you. Your best friends may be there when I can. Your man gonna be too busy. He got other jobs to handle. Your mama, if you have a mama still around, blah, 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 blah. But so we need to eliminate and focus on ourselves when we create that safe space with me, myself, and I. If you ain't got nowhere else to go, you're going with me, myself, and I, okay? If you ain't got nobody else to talk to, you're talking to me, myself, and I. When we analyze ourselves, we are learning, we are studying, and we are examining ourselves so that we can heal from the inside out from everything that everybody has ever put us through. Because more than likely, this was not our fault. It was not your fault because of your childhood trauma. It was not your fault your mom and dad passed away. It's not your fault that your kids unfortunately stay with somebody else. It's not your fault. Believe me, it's not your fault. It's not your fault that someone else is very rude, angry, and try to throw all of their pain upon you. So now that you're just living in a lifestyle of where things are triggering you that should not trigger you. Your triggers are not somebody else's triggers, believe it or not. The reason why you are triggered is because you were learned to be triggered by those things. These things don't even naturally trigger you at all. Okay? When we learn our triggers, that's the begin start. What is your triggers? You begin to learn that the stuff that triggered your mama don't trigger you. The stuff that triggered your child don't trigger you. We all have our own triggers. And when you start to learn your triggers, you start to learn to let stuff go because it really don't have nothing to do with you personally. You are harvesting and holding things back that have nothing to do with your life, nothing to do with your healing, and nothing to do with your self satisfaction because it's not adding value to you. It's not adding any strengths, and it's not challenging you in a way where you're going to be moving forward and be very, very successful. How are you going to be successful if you're holding on to other people's baggage? Them bags, it's like carrying around your auntie bags and your grandma, your daddy bags, and three kids' bags. You carrying out bag lady, you gon' hurt your back, dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you how you must hold on to issues, issues, issues. That bag lady, that's what she was talking about. Taking everybody else's pain, hurt, anger, guilt, and putting it upon yourself. Because when you get to learn your own triggers, you begin to let go and let God. That's all I really have to say when it comes to that. Okay? The battle isn't yours that you're facing. It really isn't. You have to open me, myself, and I to study yourself so that you can analyze everything about your life that adds value. Everything that adds value. Everything that is strengthening you. Everything that is challenging you to be the best, the better you. Okay? I appreciate everyone for stopping by. If you are late, if you are early, you know you can always watch the replay. Today we are talking about analyze with Ezriyah Scott. Meet me halfway on your block. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl, okay? And I really appreciate that. Much love to every single one of you who is showing up because I know that you're trying to be a better person. I know you are. I don't know your life, but I know your life. You know what I'm saying? We all have been hurt, childhood trauma, the loss of a loved one, guilt, sexual abuse, physical abuse, finances. All of that has put some kind of hindrance on us to where we are like this in life. And we want to move like this, right? Everybody wants to elevate, right? In order for us to elevate, we must participate. And if we participate in the things that's going to better you, me, myself, and I, things that's going to better ourselves, that's where we start. We're going to start with the skills and the tools that are necessary for a successful healing. Okay? We're only adding value. If it does not add value, please eliminate it. Conversation, walk away. I've walked away in the middle of a conversation while somebody was talking. Like I wasn't, I was too cool for that conversation. I'm going to add value to my conversation. I'm going to talk to people that's going to speak life into me, even if I have to do nothing more but speak life into myself. I put on my shades. I call them hater blockers. I put on my hater blockers. I step outside with my lip gloss. I got my keys in my hand. I'm ready for today. I'm not hearing nothing negative. I'm adding nothing but value to my life. And your life will become better bit by bit. I'm telling you, it has worked for many people. They have abide by these steps. Myself have went through these exact same steps to be healed. Yes, I am healed. I can honestly say I am healed from my childhood trauma. And I went through hell. And we will get through what I went through. But what I need to know from you guys is, are you ready to analyze yourself? Not me, not your friends, not your ex, not who hurt you, not your cat, your dog. Analyze yourself. Yourself. You're going to learn yourself. You're going to study yourself. You're going to examine yourself. Because looking into the root causes of things will always put perspective onto where we want to be in life. Now I am gonna play Federico Fernando music while I fix the board. I'm gonna put a few more things on the board and we'll go right back into action, guys. I appreciate every single last one of you being here with me. All right, here we go. Shout out to the Blue Suits. Salute to the Blue Suits. Thanks everybody for being here. Wait. Take that down. Okay. All right. I need, I need a new rubber band. Oh, right here. Come on. Okay. Give me a couple minutes. I'm about to wrap this up and end it. Okay. Yeah, give me a couple minutes. I'm wrapping this up now. All right. Thank you. As I said, that is a new content creator named Tarico Fernando. Check him out. Federico Fernando, check him out. Universal. That is one of the new artists. I'm listening to their music and I'm really feeling their music, and it's helping me through everything that we're going through. He speaks facts, and I believe that he's a person that everyone can enjoy. He has a playlist, and just check it out. You know, if you just enter in this room, please like the live. If not, that's okay. If you are feeling the vibe, go ahead and hit subscribe. Subscribe to your girl. This is Ezriyah S.Scott. Meet me halfway on your block. You can be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl. And we are working on chapter 2, the beginning process of healing. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up this evening, but before we wrap up this morning, but before we do, we're going to go over basic skills for successful healing. And we are going to create a safe space with a no judgment zone. We're not judging ourselves, okay? Remember that. We are elevating to heal. That is the goal, to elevate, to heal. We're going to observe our triggers. We're learning them, right? We're learning our triggers. We are studying ourselves and we're examining the root cause, all right? We want to identify what adds value to my life. That's exactly what we are identifying. We're identifying our strengths and presenting our own challenges in life. Okay. One thing that is very important that we have to keep remembering, and if this is something that we go over again with me, myself, and I, is our mindset is the world that we create. Okay, mindset, and in that mindset frame, we have thoughts. We get to thinking. We have thoughts that we believe. We act on what we believe. We have vocabulary based on our actions and our beliefs. There are certain words that we use, and we are changing them to be positive words, to be words of encouragement to ourselves, and words that's going to help elevate us and heal. What we are doing is collecting actual facts. It ain't what I believe or what I think. This is real, true, actual facts. This is going to help you through healing. Okay? This board is just a template for you to go through and create a safe space and no judgment zone for you, yourself, and you, me, myself, and I. I'm doing nothing but collecting facts. I'm not collecting feelings. I'm not collecting opinions. What I am doing is collecting data that are facts by observing me, myself, and I, my triggers, studying and examining. I must not forget that the mindset that I have puts me in the world that I live in. Because of what I think, I act on it. The right words that I'm using will get me in the right places to the right people. Now, this is a vital skill for successful healing. Everyone. Ask yourself, how does this add value to my life? Why does this add value to my life? The how and why factor will let you know what you need to eliminate out your life. Okay? What you eliminate out your life, you're going to gain something way better when you begin to analyze yourself. All right? Now, with that being said, if there's any questions, if there is any concerns, if there's anything that we have to anybody out there in the crowd, in the chat or in the community, is there anything you want to ask me, anything you want to know, or anything you want me to go over? Because this right here is going to really help us, you all, okay? These are the vital skills right here on the board. Right here. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Don't forget that your team is me, myself, and I. You do not need to go get a therapist. You do not need to go get your dog, your cat, your best friend, and your cousin. All you need is me, myself, and I, because that is who is healing. This is who is healing, me, myself, and I. You are the one that's healing. You are the one that's want to get better. You're the one that want a better life. You're the one that want to elevate yourself. It's you, me, myself, and I. When we create that safe space, there is no judgment zone. Please remember, everyone, we are not out here to judge ourselves at all. We're not judging anyone. We are elevating, okay? We are eliminating things and people out of our life that's not going to help us heal. As simple as that. We're going to see everything that adds value. If it does not add value, is that what you need in your life? Ask yourself that. If it isn't strengthening you, is that something that you want to be involved with in your life? Are you the one adding challenges to your life, or are you overcoming challenges? That is not a negative thing. It's not. But sometimes we could put ourselves in a rut so where we're challenging ourselves and it really don't have nothing to do with us. We didn't put ourselves in the middle of somebody something else. Now we have to take the time back. We have to take all that energy back. We have to take the space back and create a safe space with no judgment zone for me, myself, and I. These are the things that we're working on. The mindset is the world that you create. We have to remember that. The reason why I keep going over this or regurgitating it over and over because it needs to stick to you to where it becomes part of your life, to where you understand that this is real because we're collecting facts. We're not going off opinions. We're not going off a poll. We're not going off a hearsay or what I feel. We're going off of actual facts. We always need to observe our triggers. We're learning our triggers so that we can study and examine the root cause of what's going on. Does this really add value to my life? Is this subtracting that value to my life? Okay, our thoughts become our belief. We believe what we think because of our experiences. We're creating new experiences, so we have positive actions and positive vocabulary. We're learning a new vocabulary. We're studying a new vocabulary. We're examining a new vocabulary. We're studying our thoughts, our beliefs. We're examining our thoughts and our beliefs. Okay, now these are vital skills for healing. Vital, very vital. Now, you will not have any mistakes moving forward. You will not make any errors or make any mistakes because remember, and I said it, you can tell them I said it. You can run tell that, and I said it, okay? The mistakes that were made before you started to heal were not your mistakes. They were somebody else's, okay? The way that they made you feel throughout your life from the point that they hurt you, caused you pain, left you, any of that, that was their mistake. That was their fault. That was their error. Now, moving forward, we're elevating ourselves because we're in a no judgment zone. Hey, okay? Analyzing allows us to slow down and look within. Slow down and look within. So we're focusing on me, myself, and I as we do this. Okay, everyone? We have to stay vigilant to our mindset. Do not forget your mindset puts you in the world that you are in. I find myself being too nice to everyone, right? And I will sometimes come in contact with someone who seems to be very talkative, and I don't mind that because I'm like, hey, they can express themselves the way I can express myself. That's cool. But then I find out that they're a gossiper. I'm not a gossiper. I don't like gossiping. So what I do is I eliminate them out of my life, out of my path, out of my vocabulary, out of my thoughts, out of my actions. I don't go around them. I don't associate with them. I don't answer their phone. I don't answer their texts or emails. If they make posts, I don't answer them. I don't involve myself in it because I am elevating. People like that pull you down. Gossipers pull you down. People that are naysayers pull you down. If you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night. Okay? We are analyzing ourselves. We are slowing down and looking within. We're not looking at nobody else. We're looking at ourselves. When you begin to look at yourself, you begin to see the value that you have of yourself. You begin to use the vocabulary of a better value for yourself. Okay? You're going to be able to strengthen yourself. Me, myself, and I are going to work together as a team, as warriors. Okay? If you are a king or a queen, you have your warriors. Me, myself, and I. That is your team. Okay? You're going to present yourself with your own challenges. And this is real life. This is nothing that I'm making up. This is stuff that you can actually look up yourself and find that, hey, Ezriyah is not lying to me. She's telling the truth. I'm just breaking it down so that we can understand it better as people that is going through the process of healing. Sometimes things can be said to us, but it don't snap like that. Okay. I've learned through studies, I learned through school, and I learned through experiences on different type of ways to break down stuff to people to get them to understand exactly what I'm saying. I'm not beating you up. I'm not bashing you at all. What I'm doing is I'm creating for all of us a no judgment zone so we can focus on ourselves, so we can challenge ourselves, so we can better ourselves. Because the main goal is to elevate so we can get better. Okay? We all want to heal from this. All the mistakes before now, before healing, are not your mistakes. Remember that. You did not hurt yourself. You did not do that. You did not cause yourself pain. You did not cause any of that. Someone else did, okay? A lot of this stuff comes from childhood trauma. It really starts at our childhood. And when we were children, we were not also an adult taking care of ourselves. We were just innocent kids, okay? And the whole time we was collecting facts, and we're going to use them facts to elevate, to heal. Step 1 is realize. Step 2 is analyze. If you haven't done step 1 first, I prefer you to go back to step 1 and just review over there just a little bit, just so you can come up to speed. Okay? This is not something that's hard. It's something that you can do in your own time. It's something you do in your own head. This is where all this is happening at. We are doing mental health healing. This is all mentally. There's nothing that you really physically have to do, honestly. There's nothing physically you really have to do but think. Because your thoughts is going to become your belief, and then you're going to act on it. And don't forget that your vocabulary, the things that you talk about day to day, to every day, every day, are going to be your new life. Okay? I talked about I talked about owning my own business. I did not talk about getting, I need to start my own business. And I started looking, when I started thinking about it, I started talking about it. I did. My thoughts became my vocabulary, and I started believing it. And then I started acting on it. I started doing my research on how to get my LLC. I started going to seminars and get the education. I started Googling stuff. I started taking my tests, my exams. Yes, that's what I started doing. I started learning. I started studying, and I started examining. You know what I'm saying? All those things within myself, I started doing it. And then at a very young age, boom, I was a business owner. I shocked myself. I couldn't believe that I no longer have to work for nobody else. I cannot believe that. It was hard for me to intake that. For real. Like, what did I just do? I created that world I wanted to live in. Guess what? Everybody I started associating with was business owners. Most of them was younger than me. 18, 19, 20, very young. You know what I'm saying? They already had a team. They had a team that we didn't have. That's why we're building our own team. And it starts with me, myself, and I. Because once you start getting yourself together, it's going to be so easy to get other people on board with you. They're going to want to be like you. They're going to want to do what you do. They're going to want to be on your team. You don't have to look for teammates. Teammates going to come looking for you. Okay? This is how we create that. Anybody who wants to start a business, this is where you start right here. Believe it or not, you speak it into existence. That is right, Fanny. My sister Fanny is on here. Everyone, please welcome her. She's one of the moderators. I appreciate it. If you haven't already got to know me, this is Ezriyah Scott. I mean, you have one on your block. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl. And we're just working through the second stage of healing, and it's called Analyze. And we are working with a team called Me, Myself, and I, creating a safe zone to collect facts so we can elevate and heal. The things that we are doing is we are learning our triggers, studying studying ourselves to examine the root cause of all of this. We're not studying the person that hurt us. We're not studying our friends, loved ones, cousin, baby daddy, uncle, husband, wife. We are studying ourselves. We are changing our thoughts because our thoughts become what we believe. Our thoughts and beliefs come from our experiences. We are creating new experiences. We're thinking nothing but positive. We act on the things that we believe. We talk about the things that we believe, and we talk positive. These are vital skills for successful healing because we are adding value to our life. We're adding value to our moment, our mind, our spirit. We are strengthening everything about us, our financial, our the way we think, the way we talk. The challenges that we present ourselves with will be nothing but positive challenges. If anything other than that comes to your life, we have to collect the facts on it to see if it add value. Is this a challenge that really have to do with me personally, or is this just a challenge that's here? Sometimes we take on things that have nothing to do with us. We all do it all the time. Now it's time for us to take back our dignity, to take back ourselves, to say that I am truly happy. If you want to go through life and have things happen to you and it don't affect you, it bounce off of you like that, we have to heal. Nobody wants to go through life being triggered by a sound, triggered by some words, trigger, to the point where you pull the trigger, okay? That's not where we're leading. We're leading to healing. We need to elevate and heal and become very successful because we are true angels. That's why we are here. We're angels to do good work, good deed. Our energy is good. Our energy is positive. So when we get our mindset together, we're collecting nothing but facts, everybody. I appreciate everybody who has been here. You've been loyal. You have been amazing. You have been putting yourself in a no judgment zone. I see that because you really want to heal. You really, really want to heal. And I believe that you can because I did it. There was no one to come around and teach me this stuff. I had to go through all this life learned lessons. I had to go through so many different colleges to collect data. I had to live with people, not live with people. It's all kind of things that I went through to get to where I am now. And I've been here quite some time. I have been in this healed space. So I felt like, hey, there's a lot of unhealed people, and I am wanting to help you heal. I am willing to help you heal. That's only if you want to, you know? That's only if you want to. And here's Tarico Fernando, a new content creator. This is Tarico Fernando, a new top content creator. Check him out. Motivational music, just for us to think about, analyzing. Do that. Let's start that back, you guys. We're gonna go on it like this. I do keep why I do keep hating. Why I do that. Hang on. What don't make you? So what? So please, please back away. I don't need none. I don't need. Motivational song, y'all. And I get to it straight to the bag. What? 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 We have Tarico Fernando himself in the chat, everyone. This is his song. He helped motivate me. His music is so motivational. It keeps me going with my classes. This is what stuff that I listen to get us through, you guys. Stuff like this helps me get through. Just to know that I have people out there waiting for me to do my best. They're waiting for me to do my best. Why I do? Why I do? Keep hating. Why Ooh, hey, hang on me. Hey, what? Cause it don't what? So please, please. What? Straight to the bag. Feel me? Salute to the Bluetooth. Motivational music, y'all. Tarico Fernando. And for all you content creators, this is for you. Support. Internet type. Some really like promise it. Last song, you guys. Okay, hold on. And this is Tarico Fernando, Universal Music. As we're looking at the board of elevating. Hold on. I read it, believe it. Bulletproof vest. Who is the best? No need for the rest. Don't need no fans only. Super back now, y'all. And we got it from the. Because we healing. Use these skills, everybody. Use these skills. Are you really with me? Smoking like a chimney. If you like the music, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. If you love my energy board, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe. Uh, 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 uh. Smoke that down and up and up. What? And what? Then you, woo! Gato Rico. Mm. Positive music right here on the YouTube, you guys. Tarico Fernando. He's playing no games. New content creator out here doing his thing. I was trying to see. There's one song that got my name in it. Oh, it's right here, y'all. This song got my name in it. Are you really with it? Are you really get it? Time to really take the facts back now. We're with double black on black. Double black on black. Back for y'all. Cause it go like tweedledee ha. Running with that heat. Got my subscribe. Got my subscribe. I am so sorry about that, y'all. I am so sorry about that, y'all. Hold on one second. But we just wrapping up the healing process of healing, analyze, listen to a little music as we roll this thing out. Guess what, y'all? Ezriyah Scott, happy family, and salute to the blue suit. Salute. This is Ezriyah Scott. Meet me halfway on the block. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with the girl. It's Friday every day for me. Tune in. Tune in. You must tune in. Hit that subscribe notification so you will not miss another live. I appreciate everyone who is here today. We are healing. Music is by Tarico Fernando. He's in a live right now. Thank you, Tarico Fernando, for stopping by. Everybody's been amazing. This is Ezra Scott. We are going through the process of healing. Part two is analyze. We have Tarico Fernando playing in the background. Salute to the blue suits. If you love the music, subscribe. This is Ezra Scott and Tarico Fernando, two of the most positive people you will meet on YouTube. You guys have a great day. Enjoy your Thursday. Everybody screenshot this board so you can use this as a template every day. You can use this as a template, including Tarico Fernando name. Please subscribe to this guy. An amazing content creator after amazing music. And his words are spoken words that would enlighten your life and help you go through my healing process. So if you haven't already, I'm gonna give you time to go ahead and screenshot that so everybody have that on board. It's a template and it's like a piece of the homework, I guess you could say. And I appreciate everyone for stopping by so much. You guys are amazing. Internet type, really let common sense. Now, just to wrap up today, we have created a safe space for no judgment zone. We are collecting nothing but facts. Our goal is to elevate and heal. We're going to observe our triggers. We're going to study and then examine the root cause because we're going to work on a better me. Our teammates from here on out are going to be me, myself, and I. As we identify the value, the strengths, and the challenges, we're doing nothing but adding value to our lives. We're having positive thoughts, positive belief that put us in a positive mindset, which is in a positive world. We're doing positive things. Also, with our actions, come from our thoughts. We speak vocabulary, good things, positive. Now, don't forget, each and every one of you, that this is a vital skill for successful healing. And like I said, I really appreciate every last one of you. This is Ezra Scott. I mean, half one on your block, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're right here with your girl.